did your boys do in across the pond in Wrexham?
Yeah, so look, it's been EFL Cup. That was the first game. Let's get that out of the way. They do beat Reading 2-0, so move on to the next round there. Stick taps for that. I'm not too upset about that. I'm not really upset about the season either. We got a draw here against Derby in a regular competition here, 1-1. They are certainly sitting at 2-2 with 3 losses, 12 points, and they are 15th in the championship. Next match is against Birmingham, which we all know is the friends that came up with us from the league below. Tom Brady's also a part owner of that team. So I'm not upset about where they are. We did say it was going to be a struggle, and I do think that they are kind of punching above their means right now. So it's not that they can't go acquire these players. It's just they've been working in the red for, I don't know, 4 years now at this point, right? So it's kind of hard. They basically had to sell off a portion of their team to get some liquidated assets to be able to, one, rebuild the stadium. They're still working on the COP grandstands, and that's going to be a red tape like none other. It's like trying to build things in California, right? So red tape is going to be crazy over there, and especially if you're American, they really want to give you a hard time. So Rob and Ryan have enlisted some companies to kind of help push that along, because they're companies that have built things in Wales and in England. So that's going to be something that they're going to work out and try to get done. But being 15th, I think if you could just stay middle ground, don't be one of the last 4 teams. I think that's the goal of this season. Don't be one of the last 4 teams. Do well in your cup games. Do as well as you possibly can. Get some money, get some assets in.
Yeah, if you keep playing those cup games, you keep making money.
Yeah,
keep winning those games. You keep playing, advance as far as you can in those, and then you stay up in the championship, because then you can keep winning, keep getting money, and then you don't have to keep shelling out money, even more money for more expensive players either too. So
yeah, I mean, there's been
stabilize at the championship level for a couple of years before you make that final push, I think.
Yeah, and I think this ownership is smart and they're pretty wise. I think they're doing their best to try and get all the money they can to get in to help build this team and make it successful. I mean, I'm drawing a blank on a team right now, and I can see their logo. It's like a yellow wolf, and it starts with an L. But anyways, they did the same thing where they basically came from the bottom of the bottom and went to the very top and won, a premier. So, and now they're kind of meddling downwards, and unfortunately, it's one thing to be up there. It's one thing to stay up there. And I think that's going to be the battle of attrition for Wrexham and for their fans, is to understand that, like, sometimes being middle of the road isn't the worst thing in the world, because you could just stay there and keep building and building and building. And once you've built that empire, who says you can't be like Manchester? Who says you can't, be like Leeds and all this fun stuff? So Leeds was another one that I think is starting to see the troubles of being a top Premier League and not being able to spend like the other top premiers, So
yeah.
Man U and Manchester City have definitely, Arsenal have definitely proven that to be basically a battle of the riches at this point. So I think Wrexham, I think their owners are smart. I think they understand that what the battle is, and it is an uphill battle. And I think if you're not excited about that, then I think you're probably not excited to stay on this wagon for much longer, right? So I'm here for the trials of tribulation, and I'm here to see what this team can do going down the road. But I know it's not going to be a 5th promotion like that's unheard of, right? So it's probably not going to happen. But still going to root for the boys every single Saturday. So I'm down here for it. So, anyways, That's Wrexham.
All right. All right. So moving on to Bay FC. They end up losing 2-0 versus Utah Royals on Saturday. Both of those goals came early in the 9th minute and the 18th minute. And it's just a brutal ending to the season. They have not won a game since they took the summer break. It's been a long time since we got a win. They're sitting in 13th place now. Utah was in 13th. That win left them ahead of Bay FC in the standings now. So here we are. They're just falling toward the bottom, just plummeting. Only Chicago is below them now. They're only 4 points clear of Chicago. Your hopes for the playoffs, they're gone now at this point. You're 10 points out of a playoff spot with 4 games left. You need to win out and get a ton of help. You can max out at 12 points if you win out at this point with 4 games left to play. So your ceiling is 31 points. Racing Louisville currently sits at 29 points. San Diego Wave is at 31 points. Portland is at 31 points. So, and they're in 6th right now. So that's kind of where your ceiling is at right now. So just mathematically, you're not mathematically eliminated, but realistically, you're basically done. You're almost entirely cooked. You're in the oven. You've been in the oven for a while. The timer's about to go off. It hasn't gone off yet though.
Right.
So that's basically where the season is at right now. And I believe the timer goes off next week. Is what's going to happen here. Unfortunately, it's kind of it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how the season has gone. You lose that many players to injury, and then maternity leave and trades, and players just not working out between Oshuala departing, Dana Castellanos leaving at the beginning of the season. You had the front office basically has almost completely overturned. You lost the president of the team as well, has just departed this past week as well. So there's been a lot of front office turnover as well. So this has just been a lot of chaos happening, a lot of roster churn. So I just actually brought the team name up. Your next game is going to be this coming Saturday, October 4th at Portland Thorns. That's a 7 p.m. game. So that's going to be tough winning up in Portland. I would expect that that's going to be your official elimination game right there. I think they're going to probably end up losing up there, and then the season will be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. And at that point, you can start focusing on, getting some other players on your bench, some time on the field to see what you got. See if some of those players further down on your bench, see if they can provide some quality minutes. See if they're NWSL ready. For lack of a better term. I look at Emmy Allen is a pretty solid backup. I think Silkowitz has played fairly well as a goalkeeper. She's middle. She basically saves what you expect mathematically. She makes some absolutely killer saves, but then every now and then she lets one in that you feel like she should save. So she needs a little bit of work there. That being said, you look at some of the other players too that don't see a lot of time. Someone like Catherine Paulson or Jamie Shepard. You'd like to see maybe them get some more time. So that would be, my hope is to see some of those players further down the roster. Maddie Moreau maybe gets a start instead of coming off of the bench at the end, something like that. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to close out the season. It's to just kind of see those kind of players get more time, because the season's lost at this point. No sense in letting them sit on the end of the bench. Let's just see what you got.